Hello, hi. My name's Glutzy, and this is gonna be like a kind of a talky video. I haven't done a proper video in a while, if I can speak. Yeah, hello. My friend that knows Ty kind of put me onto this kind of style of video called Cutcoms. I'm gonna be losing some Bed Wars games whilst talking about why I came out on Twitch. This has changed, has it not? Why is it? Okay. Jump to them solos because I don't have any friends. For those that don't know, I'm a trans guy. I'm bisexual as well, and I came out publicly on March 31st, which was Trans Visibility Day, with a funny haha tweet about it. Before that, I was doing something called stealthing, and what stealthing is, what some of you might not know it is when a trans person doesn't really state that they're trans, just kind of goes off as their preferred gender. I never really exclusively stated that I was trans. I remember having people kind of come into the chat, ask, "Oh, so what letters of the LGBTQ are you?" And I'm like, the B. I'm a bisexual dude," which it's true. Sorry. Okay. Originally, I didn't want to do Twitch and only be kind of known as, the trans streamer, the trans guy that streams. Does that make sense? I didn't really want that, even though it's part of my identity, I didn't want that to be the only thing people watched me for, if that makes sense. I just wanted people to watch me for my content. That moment of time, I was just most comfortable with just kind of vibing as myself. Oh my god, I'm so good. Oh, I'm so good. Oh! Wait. Oh! So I was just going like as not trans. I was just kind of vibing because I'm in a very privileged position where I have even the option to be able to pass as cis, which is a privilege. I haven't taken any hormones yet. I've only transitioned really socially, and I've been very privileged with the fact that I am able to pass quite well. Most of the time, some people can pick up on it, which is fine. You can't stop that in a sense. That was a weird thing to happen because when I started streaming, I was like, I've always been prepared for people to call me slurs and that kind of stuff, which is kind of fucked up that people even have to get in the headspace to be like that in the first place. But we move. The reason why I came out on Twitch is because I always had this thing kind of back in my head, like whether I wanted to come out anyways. Part of me wanted to be like kind of that role model, that representation that I didn't have when I was younger. Because although you had people like Sam Collins and like No Offense and all that kind of stuff, some great trans guys and some other trans creators as well. Jamie Dodger as well, lovely guy. I never saw really any in the gaming scene, which was kind of upsetting because I loved watching people like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, all that kind of jazz, and I just never saw that representation of me within that kind of area of YouTube or like content creation in general. So part of me wanted to be like, yeah, I wanna make that for other people. I want people to feel seen. That representation to make you feel like, okay, I'm not alone in feeling like this, and that there are people like me, and it's not the end of the world if I feel like this. Does that make sense? And I wanted to be that for other people. I wanted to be that comfort because it's nice to know that you're not a weirdo, or something like that. Like you're not normal. It's completely healthy and natural for some people to feel this way. I was mulling over the idea, but I decided to at least start with just like stealthing because I felt most comfortable doing that. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to deal with like some of the backlash you can get from being like a queer creator, and the stuff that comes with that. Because it's fucking rough sometimes. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. When I came out, now I've started using like Twitch introduced the gay and bisexual and like trans tag. I've gotten a bunch more hate for it. Kind of expected, because obviously like you're kind of putting a target on yourself. you're letting people know, like, yep, this is me. If you hate me, come to this stream. Which, you know, it's never really made sense to me how people that say they don't like a certain group of people will then go through a tag of those people to find them and then talk to them. Like, I never really got it. I never really understood it. Anyway, so I wanted to come out for a few reasons. One of those reasons is because I wanted to kind of talk on trans issues. There were some awkward interactions with chat where I'd like really get into like, someone would come in. I remember someone came in and was like asking for like advice on like coming out, and they were a trans person. It's hard to talk about things that you kind of feel emotionally attached to, without emotion, if that makes sense. Like, I sympathize a lot with some of the people that watch me, because I'm aware like my community is kind of very queer based, people that are part of the Fruity community, part of the Fruit Bowl, and people constantly ask for like help on like coming out and stuff, and like advice with like unaccepting parents and all that kind of jazz. And I wanted to be able to speak on trans like topics freely and not like worry about people like trying to be like, oh, you can't speak on this because you're like cis, and I'll be like, actually. So that was one of the reasons. Another reason was, again, to create that representation, because to me there's not a lot of like trans content creators, just in general, on Twitch, on YouTube, just kind of everywhere. I think in the gaming community, by the way, there's a lot of like there's a lot of non-binary people, which is fucking amazing. I love that representation. But I don't really see a lot of like binary trans people, if that makes sense. Which I think it's nice to kind of have that mix up, you know. And that's not to say like non-binary people aren't trans people, obviously. But obviously non-binary people's experiences. There we go. Non-binary people's experiences with being trans are different to binary people's experiences of being trans. I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it, whether I wanted to like say it on stream or like do a video or something. And then I was like, I saw that trans visibility day was coming up, and I was like, you know what, that seems like a great fucking idea. What a great idea. Do a stupid tweet, put it on screen. Which kind of banged, not gonna lie, kind of popped off with that one. And yeah, that was like my official coming out. I want to be able to also make videos on trans topics as well, like this, and I want to create more. Like there's a lot of trans issues going on, especially in the UK right now, with our rights being debated and all that kind of jazz. Hey, sorry about that. You dead yet? Yeah, sorry. I wanted people to look at me and feel safe and heard and seen. Because yeah, that's one of the main things I wanted when I was growing up, and going through this, because it's such a weird experience being trans, and the reason why queer people attach themselves kind of to the internet is because that's really only representation they can get sometimes. Like, it's not really in media, and if it is in media, it's either fetishized or just portrayed very, very badly and wrong, and almost like in favor of the cis straight people in the show. I'm a trans guy, that's fine, but I'm not gonna go out into my day and purposely out myself, you know? I'm a guy, no matter what. I am out online to have that representation. So people can ask me questions and people can learn and educate themselves. As long as you're respectful, if you ever want to ask me any questions, you know, feel free to. Come to my streams and I'll happily educate you. But if you start throwing hate and slurs and being hugely disrespectful, you don't deserve my time. You know, you don't deserve that education. You don't deserve that chance. Because at the end of the day, trans people and queer people don't owe you shit. You know, I don't have to be your little teacher, but I'm deciding to. We don't owe you anything. We don't owe you having to educate you about ourselves. You owe us the decency to let us exist respectfully. One of the things that has been really cool about being a streamer is the amount of love I do get. My community respects me so fucking much, and quarantine was fucking rough. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Having to be stuck in an environment where you're constantly belittled and just not respected is not great, surprisingly, for your health. So to be able to have this thing, which I felt like I'm doing something good, you know, I'm making people's day, like, hopefully, if you're liking this, being able to be kind of that image for people to look up to has been an insane thing. It's always been a dream of mine to be a content creator. Like, I remember when I was younger watching Markiplier and like Jack and stuff, and I was like, I wanna fucking do that. I can't express how grateful I am to be in this position. It is very surreal to be doing this, you know, guaranteeing that at least one person's gonna watch this and maybe like it. You know, that's insane to me. Okay, alright, okay, alright, alright. I think that is enough. I think that is very much plenty of this game. But yeah, I can't express how thankful I am to be in this position, be able to be the representation that I wanted to see. It's such a weird position to be in, but I can't wait to... I just can't wait for the future, and I can't wait to actually make more of a difference. Just recently, we've done a 24-hour live stream, and we raised over £200 for Mermaids, which is a UK-based charity that helps young trans people. It was just really cool to do that, and I'm very thankful for the community I've built, and I can't wait to grow it even larger, even bigger, and just to create a space where everyone feels welcomed and loved and accepted, because that's what I really needed. So that's what I wanted to give to other people. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this, leave a like, leave a comment if you like this style of video. But yeah, I hope to see you in a future video. I'll see you in the next one, gamers. Bye 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 bye.